Tonight, new developments in a growing political fight over guns. Yesterday, we reported on how Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett was trying to blame Governor Scott Walker for the dramatic increase in gun deaths in his city. Well, David Clark is the sheriff of Milwaukee County, and we reached out to him to learn more about this. Sheriff, the mayor says the problems in his city are all the governor's fault, and the fault, he adds, for good measure, of the NRA. And you say what?
Well, you know, when you're a liberal politician, the tendency is that when you have no solutions to what's going on in a city, a state, a country, you blame political adversaries. This was a cheap shot by Mayor Tom Barrett. But it's important to add that Tom Barrett lost twice in race for governor against Scott Walker, and there's probably some residual bitterness. Mayor Barrett is also a disciple and on the board of the Mayors Against the Second Amendment, Michael Bloomberg's group, and Mayor Barrett was just regurgitating from Michael Bloomberg's anti-gun talking points memo. Mayor Barrett has been the mayor of Milwaukee for 10 years. This stuff's been going on for a long time, and it's his failed policies that have led us to where we're at today. The
uptick in crime in Milwaukee has been significant, according to those who are in the know in the area. They say that, let's see, this is another politician there who says the homicide rate in Milwaukee is 6 times that of New York City. Milwaukee's auto theft rate is 12 times that of New York City's. Milwaukee's burglary rate is 5 times that of New York City. Why do they keep comparing it to New York City? This is making me feel uncomfortable. The rape rate is 3 times New York City. Basically, they're saying Milwaukee is a dangerous place to live. They lay the blame at the feet of the mayor. You, as the sheriff of Milwaukee County, what do you say?
Well, first of all, while all this is going on, Mayor Barrett has not properly filled the staffing level of the Milwaukee Police Department. They're about 200 to 300 officers short. He furloughed every City of Milwaukee police officer for 3 days each. It's the soft on crime judiciary in Milwaukee County that won't properly sentence career criminals. It's the district attorney's office engaging in some of these same social engineering projects that are soft on crime, deferred prosecutions for career criminals, putting them right back into the street, this revolving door justice. They're drinking the Kool-Aid of this soft on crime initiative that's sweeping the United States, and we're paying the price for it now. If you don't properly fund law enforcement agencies, they're not going to be able to keep up, Megan.
The mayor is hitting Governor Walker on concealed carry laws that the governor, who has an A+ rating with the NRA, supported, and on the Castle Doctrine law that he supported, which allows you to defend somebody who comes into your own home with a gun, with deadly force.
There's no data to support Mayor Barrett's claim that Castle Doctrine or people being able to defend themselves, play a role in their own defense through the carrying concealed weapons has anything to do with the crime and violence. The perpetrators of the crime and violence in Milwaukee, in the city of Milwaukee, Milwaukee County, are career criminals. They do not possess a carry concealed license. These are not Castle Doctrine issues. That's why I said he's just regurgitating Michael Bloomberg's anti-gun talking points memo. Here's the Scott Walker that I know. When he was the county executive of Milwaukee, and I'm the sheriff of Milwaukee, we worked together. Public safety was always at the top of then County Executive Walker's priority list. The same when he became the governor of the state. He always made sure that my office was properly funded. When there was an issue of public safety, Scott Walker had the wherewithal to rely on the people who know a little bit about public safety. He would come to me and say, Sheriff, I have a decision to make. How is this going to affect public safety?
Right.
I would think that as President of the United States, he is going to have that same wherewithal to listen to his commanders, his military commanders on the ground, listen to Border Patrol agents, and then rely on them to make his decision. And when he makes a decision, he won't do like Tom Barrett and stand up there and blame others. Scott Walker will take responsibility for his decisions. And that's a very important trait that I like about Scott Walker.
Sheriff, it's great to see you.
Thank you, Megan.
Joining me now with more, Democratic strategist and president and CEO of Whitman Insight Strategies, Bernard Whitman. So isn't this the mayor politicizing a tragedy?
No, not at all. In fact, look at the statistics, Megan. It's actually shocking. Every single day in this country, nearly 300 Americans are shot with a gun. Nearly 100 of them die. We in the United States represent 80% of all gun deaths in the entire developed world.
But this is a crime committed by some murderer. And of all the concealed carry permits that were issued in Milwaukee, only one crime involved somebody who was concealed carry.
Let's talk about why there's so many guns on the streets, particularly in streets like Milwaukee.
Dodge.
No, it's not. The reason that people are dying of gun violence is because there are too many guns in the streets. Milwaukee,
because of the criminals, is it not?
No. Milwaukee has some of the laxest gun violence laws in the entire country. You don't need a permit to buy it. You don't need a permit to own it. You don't need a permit to carry it. In California, for example, over the last 20 years, as they have strengthened their laws against gun violence to protect kids, to protect family members, gun violence has gone down by half. The same
How do you
thing in New York
explain
City.
Chicago then?
I'm not exactly familiar with the laws in Chicago.
Chicago's got tight gun laws, and gun violence there is running rampant.
It is a combination of proper policing and gun laws. If you talk about Mayor Bloomberg has led the effort. It's Mayors Against Illegal Guns. The gun violence scourge in this country is at an epidemic level. And
you tell me about, listen, because you're sort of taking it nationally, and I'm focused on Milwaukee, because what I see here is a sheriff who had a murder happen in his county, in his city. It was a man hit a 2-year-old boy. He got out to check on the boy. The boy died, and some unidentified person who has yet to be apprehended shot and killed that driver and wound up shooting and killing the little 2-year-old boy's 15-year-old brother who came over to check on him. So the question is, who did that, and how do you jump to we need tighter gun laws as opposed to we need to police our streets better?
If people did not have such easy access to guns, 2 of the 3 people would still be alive.
How do you have a gun in your home,
Chicago, if you have a gun
and the other places that have tight gun laws and high murder rates with guns?
If you have a gun in your home, you're 4 times as likely to be shot with it as be able to actually use it to defend yourself. If you have a gun in your home, you're twice as likely to be a victim of homicide, 3 times as likely to be a victim of suicide. And if you are a young adult in this country, you are 17 times more likely to die from a gun than a kid in another developed country. That is just wrong, and the reason is
that statistic includes suicides by guns. That statistic includes suicides.
Guns are too easy to get in this country. We have got to control guns to be able to control gun violence.
And yet, guns are a lot like lawyers. You don't want one around until you need one. And when you're in your house in the middle of the night and you hear the door open and somebody's sneaking in,
you're probably going to get killed if you pull it out.
Not if you take your training and you know how to use it.
Well, the vast minority of people in this country do that.
Well, I'm not making any further comment.
I'm not breaking into your house.
I'm not saying a word, but you're welcome anytime. Not in the middle of the night. That would be uncomfortable. It's great to see you.
I'll buzz.
Thank you. We have new